Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I started to run and then my sound went off and I was like, oh my god, what happened? Are my headphones okay? And it turns out that they are. I just hit the mute button on my keyboard. So we're literally like 2 rooms deep here. I random Lazarus on hard mode. Seriously, you're not missing out on anything. Here's our seed. K2Z6 CZMD. I apologize, it's kind of a weird start. You missed literally 1 room. We're Lazarus. I think we picked up a bomb if you don't start with one. And I shot this poop. I'll admit that I shot this poop, okay? Don't give me the 3rd degree over that. I don't know what the 3rd degree is, really. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what it is. But I opened the episode with a little bit of a discussion on whether we're going to play hard mode or normal mode. And I asked people on Twitter, I was like, would you rather see normal mode or hard mode? And I'd say that probably 50% of people were like, I don't care, really. Like, it's all good either way. And then 30% of people, because I mean there's not really that much difference between them anymore, thanks to the newest patch. What is it? D10? That's not very good. About, 30% of people said I prefer hard mode for bragging rights or whatever, and 20% of people said I prefer normal mode because normal mode means you're going to get more consumables, which means, you're not going to be missing item rooms. But since the newest patch makes it so that the only consumables less likely to drop on hard mode, we might as well take the pill first. Whatever. It makes it so the only consumable less likely to drop on hard mode is red hearts, which they do factor into many runs, especially if you have Dark Bum. But it's not like it's gonna cause you to skip out on item rooms or anything like that. I think I'm just gonna play on hard mode just because, they give people no excuse to be ornery about it. I prefer playing on hard mode just because it does feel roughly the same as normal mode, but it also carries a little bit of, I don't know, prestige or something. And if there's not much difference, then why the heck not, There is a tinted rock in the middle there. What I'm actually thinking is let's have a bit of a novel Lazarus run here. I'll open it. I will. Okay. I don't think this actually does what I want it to do, but that's alright. We'll have a bit of a novel Lazarus run. And after I kill the boss, but before I pick up the boss item, I'll kill myself. I'll walk over the spikes, and this should allow me. Do you explode into bombs? If you explode into bombs, I want to be there. I'll kill myself to get the damage bonus, and then we'll pick up like the spirit hearts and go down to the next floor, and we should be relatively okay as a result of that. The other thing, of course, with hard mode is you do get more. There's another tinted rock there. Jeez. You get more rooms like this. You get more asshole rooms. You get more curses. But I think honestly, that's kind of the way I prefer to play the game right now. I'm accustomed to hard mode. I think I maybe even play a little bit better because I can't afford to be quite as sloppy. I gotta itch my nose here. Get out of here with your cat fur, cats. This is why I'm gonna have to shave you like a Fatboy Slim song. We've come a long, long way together. Oh, from the hard times to the good. But you're a hairy kitty, baby. I gotta shave you like I should. Whatever happened to Fatboy Slim? I'll tell you what probably happened to Fatboy Slim. They released Rockefeller Skank and Praise You, made like $100 million, and then we're like, man, I'm just gonna smell my own farts for the rest of my... That's what I would do anyway. I don't know, maybe they've been putting out music and I just haven't been following it. I would be smelling my farts non-stop, and I'd be tweeting about it to 300,000 people. So I'm just gonna fight Larry Jr. We can't re-roll. I mean, we can re-roll like Larry Sr. here. I don't know really what's up with that, but oh god, what happened? He got stuck in the poop. That's a medical emergency right there. If we die against Larry Jr., that just saves me some time. Did we hit him with like a black heart or something there? Yeah, because I was hoping to do this anyway, and die and become Lazarus, and then we'll get deals with the devil on the next floor. Hopefully we'll pick up like 9 lives, Abaddon, something along those lines. It doesn't really matter if we do everything as Lazarus, because we've already done everything as Lazarus. Evil up. Okay, so we're going to have a lot... Oh, there's some bombs back here. We're going to have a lot of spirit hearts to roll on here. Should give us pretty much a 100% chance of getting a deal with the devil on the next floor. And I know it seems like I just played sloppily there, and to an extent, I guess I did, but mostly I'm just trying to mix things up, because I don't really like Lazarus, but I'll go through whatever means are necessary to start liking Lazarus, because I gotta learn to love him, right? We're gonna be together here for a long time. Might as well figure it out. Okay, that's gotta be small rock. The damage upgrade is quite nice. We've got consumables ready for the next floor, and I'm actually feeling very, very good about our situation. You know, not quite Judas levels, because we don't have Book of Revelations. Dio fucking sucks. But, no, Dio, he's amazing. Why ride the tiger? You can see his stripes so you know he's clean. But, the D10 is really bad. For the D10 to be useful, they'd have to make it so you can reroll bosses, I think. Maybe not, like, bosses on a boss room. Although that would still make it, like, if you got the haunt, then you could reroll, and you could be like, you could stop posting on the subreddit like, Edmund, remove the haunt from the game, it's too hard. By the way, you're not totally wrong. I think it is, like, very, very difficult for the point that you find it in the game, but it's not so bad. Yeah, but, like, maybe not for that, although I can understand the purpose of it now, or I can sort of see myself leaning towards that because it might be cool, but at least, like, make it so you can reroll bosses if they show up in a regular room, because otherwise it becomes useless on the chest, which is really the time that it should be most useful, I think. Personally, for me, though. Are we going to go to this curse room? Absolutely. And I think even though we've got spirit hearts and junk, it makes sense to go to the curse room right away, because if we get a guppy item, which we do not. Do we know what these pills do? Full health and explosive diarrhea? Paralysis. Well, we can't even blow that one up, unfortunately. Because if we got a guppy item, that would influence our choices for the deal with the devil. For now, though, let's move along. I kind of wish that we still had some bombs left over. We are doing some decent damage, though. That should make our shop conceivable. We are going to have to go through the big room in order to get to our item room, but that's okay. We're pretty much 100% guaranteed to deal with the devil here. I'm very excited to see what kind of delicious results we could achieve as a result of that process Now, pin is very easy, especially with the somewhat increased damage that we're doing here. Pin's still one of the weirdest bosses in the sense that he dies way before it seems like he's gonna die, which I kind of appreciate, because I'm always like, oh, he's gonna crash into me, and then he dies. Another evil upgrade. I don't mind having the black hearts. And, yeah, okay, it's a shame because I'd like to take both of these, but Satanic Bible is just 100 times better. It's a too hard deal with the devil. Or, yeah, 2 hard deal with the devil, which I only realized recently on the stream, by the way. I thought it was a 1 hard deal with the devil. It's super good. It gives you a better chance of getting deals with the devil in the future, and, you know, I don't like to be cocky about it, but I would almost go so far as to say that we're pretty much in a 1 run right now. We have not fantastic damage, but pretty good damage, and, beyond that, Satanic Bible, I think is... You know, I asked people on Twitter, again, I was like, what do you think is the best new item in Rebirth? And lots of people... Or the best item, period, in Rebirth. With the changes, and you know, a lot of people said Brimstone, which I think I agree with. I think Brimstone's like the most powerful item I have as my #1 right now due to the range. Mom's Knife, also great. But I did have a non-insignificant number of people say Satanic Bible for the, you know, the fact that it's basically like Book of Revelations, but gives you black hearts instead, which is better, and plus, you know, if you find batteries, it gets out of control and whatnot. It's good, it's up there. If I was making a top 10 items for me personally in Rebirth, I would not be surprised to see Satanic Bible in the running, for sure. It's hard to say, though, because there's actually, like, a lot of really, really great items in Rebirth that would be competing for it. You know, you got the knife, for sure. You got the Bible, or not the Bible, you got Brimstone. I think you gotta have Holy Mantle in there. Maybe Trinity Shield. Probably 2020. See what we got in here. Poison Touch would probably not make it. Death's Touch, maybe? I don't know. Death's Touch is pretty good. Dark Bum, even with the nerf, I think it still belongs in there. Abaddon could conceivably be in there. Blank Card could conceivably be in there. You know, there's a lot of items that are borderline, I think. I should have saved this bomb. We did find the secret room, and the secret room gave us a lot of money. Okay, so I don't feel as bad about it anymore. I don't know, maybe at some point I am planning on doing like a top 10 items in Rebirth, and I'll have to think about it. I'd like to actually get Platinum God first so that I can know what the fudge I'm talking about, but that's alright. We don't really want any of this, actually, but for 5 cents for half of a black card, effectively, I think that's a reasonably good trade. And you know what, since we're good on money here, why don't we pay 5 cents for this, and then we'll open up this chest, and if we get another bomb, we'll throw it down here and maybe get even more money. We got a red heart. That doesn't feel good. But, alas and alack, there's no coming back. Let's go down to the next floor. We've been going slowly. Maybe we'll do boss rush, maybe we won't. Caves XL is, to be honest with you, probably going to make boss rush a little bit more plausible because it, you know, XL floors, I think they end up being like, this is just a hunch. I haven't done any analysis or heard anybody that has done any analysis. Ooh, that is amazing for us. I have a feeling that XL floors typically end up being like 1.75 times the size of a single floor. So I think you do save time on them for the most part. Plus, if you manage to find your... Oh, that was the worst dodging. If you manage to find your special rooms early, then it can be even faster than that if you want to be with me. Baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You got to rub me the right way. Whatever happened to her? Whatever happened to Christina Aguilera? No, she's like still famous, I think. Yeah, she's on The Voice or something. That makes a lot of sense. Apparently she's like a singer. Now, if you could just stay out of the way, thank you very much. We're gonna be at the HP cap. Maybe not by the end of this floor, depends how we do. So, I got an embarrassing story about Christina Aguilera. Did I actually just, like, roll my R? For my whole life, I have thought that I have not been able to roll my R's. And then I just go pop it off by accident with Christina Aguilera. See, I can't do it. Unless I, you know, accidentally half swallow my tongue. In 8th grade, or it was actually 7th grade, I feel so bad for our teacher, because I'm sure she wanted to be the cool teacher, and she's like, the kids will love this assignment. She's like, we're going to do a lyric analysis of a song. So, like, you know, you're gonna take one of your favorite songs, and instead of doing some bullshit poetry, right? You don't want to read Shakespeare, kids. I'm a cool teach. So I'm gonna let you do a lyric analysis of your favorite music. And I'm sure she thought that this was gonna be, like, really, you know, we'll be doing stuff we're passionate about. We'll learn a little bit about analysis. But really, like, here's a selection of the songs that we ended up doing. I'm pretty sure I did, like, Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I can tell you right now that as a 13-year-old, I had no idea what the fuck half of that song was about. But some other choice selections that I remember, because we had to do a little public speaking presentation on it, which was great. We might as well do this, right? It gives me time to tell my story as well. One student in our class did Rock DJ by Robbie Williams, which I'm pretty sure is just a song about, like, there's some lyrics in that are like, give no head, no backstage passes. Like, I don't remember what the student in question said during that point in the presentation. At age 13, you know, I was a little bit more naive. I probably didn't know what head meant as a colloquialism. And I bet that our teacher was just, like, facepalming the whole time. Like, why did I let them have this much freedom? And then, you know, somebody in the class did Come On Over Baby by Christina Aguilera, which is basically just, come on over, baby. And it's like, what is that song about? Well, you see, the singer is writing this from the perspective that she wants her baby to come on over. She's alone. Her parents aren't home, and she wants her significant other to come on over, baby, which is, in the parlance of our times, means get over here and, you know, fudge my shice factory. I don't remember what she got on that, but I look back on that assignment and I cringe a lot, because I'm like, man, that would actually, if you were in, like, 11th grade in high school or something, I bet you could do some cool kind of synergies there. Not synergies, what am I talking? I got too much Rebirth on the brain, but you could do some, like, cool kind of analysis there. Are you giving them wet food or something? Ah, okay. Make sure, well, you don't, put Tomo in a diaper. Keeps pooping on the ground. But yeah, like, that's an assignment that I would have loved to do in high school. And I would probably look back and be like, you know, maybe it's a little cringeworthy, but in 7th grade, I just didn't know. That's when I really probably, you know, my eyes were open to the fact that, hey, every popular song is about sex. Well, not every popular song. Almost all of them, though. Anyway. There's that. I remember, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones, but they've all been, like, erased from my... Oh, you know what? The best one, this guy's a cool dude. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he did The Road by Fastball, you know. Anyone can see the road that they're on, it is paved in gold. Yeah, that song's got some cool kind of story behind it. So, you know, he chose wisely. I respect that. Moss wisely. But I remember, like, someone else did Black and White by Michael Jackson, and it's like, it's kind of a shortcut to song analysis, isn't it? When the song literally says things like, if you want to be my baby, doesn't matter if you're black or white. What's the kind of synergy? Or Symbolism is the word I keep getting it confused with. What's the symbolism there? Well, you see, he's saying if you want to be his baby, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. And my evidence for that is when he said, if you want to be my baby, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. Sure, it's a very noble song. You know, it's noble intentions. I'm just saying, like, do we really need an analysis? It's like, here's a song analysis, Oh Canada. It's glorifying the nation of Canada. It's our national anthem. I'll have, like, an A+ now, please. Like how I called this floor faster than 2 times a regular floor, and it's been a lot slower, let's be honest here. And I've been taking a lot of dumb damage, but that's okay. You know, we're still kicking it here. I don't perceive enormous threats. You know, there's pretty much no chance that we don't get a... Well, that's not true. There's no chance that we don't qualify for a deal with the devil. The risk is that a deal with the devil won't be in the cards for us, which is beyond conceivable, because we did get one on the last floor. I don't really know how that applies on XL floors yet. I should learn. You know, Bolotar is okay. We're getting some interesting creep going on here. I think we probably have no interest in buying that boomerang. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to donate some more money, because getting to $9.99 is where we want to be. When we get down to 3 cents, I'll leave, because I do want to buy that battery. I've taken a little bit more damage on this floor than I'm comfortable with. There you go. We got to 874. With any luck, we might actually be able to get a little bit better. We might be able to get close to 900 on this run, if you don't consider us close to 900 anyway. They're the world's most fearsome fighting teens. Is it, you know, teens or team? We had this conversation, Nick and I had this conversation on the show. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song. I always thought it said they're the world's most fearsome fighting team. And I was like, that's really good. Oh, we should go back already. That's great for them, you know, there's a lot of competition there. But he thinks it's they're the world's most fearsome fighting teens, which honestly, I think it's like, you know, it's like saying, you know, you're the #1 salesman in the company between the ages of 20 and 24 living in, you know, the tri-state area, right? Like, you're really... If you narrow it down that much, everybody's the best at something. I'm not trying to say you shouldn't celebrate your accomplishments, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but, you know, maybe don't have a song about it if you're not the best in the world, maybe. I don't know. People like me feel betrayed. I've been thinking you're the world's best fighting team. And it turns out you're just the best fighting teens. What the fuck happens when you turn 18? You become like the 15th best, you know, fighting force of adult age. I'll open it, I don't care. They're heroes in a half shell, and they're green. Also, can I just point out that I think it's bullshit that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are called, like, they're in a half shell? Why is it a half shell? It's not half of a shell, is it? If I asked you to say, you know, name an animal with a shell, you might go snail first. You might go clam. You might go any other kind of gastropodal animals. But if you said turtles and I said, I said shelled animals, not half-shelled animals, you fucking Philistine, then you would go, oh, this guy's an asshole. Turtles have a shell. Why do the Ninja Turtles say they only have half shells? They're sandbagging a little bit. They're the world's most fearsome fighting teens in the tri-state county area. They're heroes in a half shell. That's bullshit, and they're green. I could see that for myself. You don't need to write a fucking song about it. Anyway. It is true, though, that when the evil Shredder attacks, those turtle boys don't cut him no slack. Which is good, because I don't know, I think you lose your opportunity for slack. You know, like, that room for error is kind of thrown out the window when you start trying to take over the city with some fucking foul ooze, you know? Teenage average normal turtles. Now, I would love to have a deal with the devil on this floor. Man, we have gone slowly. But it was a large floor, you know, I don't feel bad about it. Mostly just kind of annoyed. Chase me down, Chub. Oh, come on with that horse hockey. I actually don't like him being slow because it fucks up my bomb placement. But anyway, he's done. No boss rush for us on this run, I'd say. And no deal with the devil here, which is a big disappointment for me. But that's okay. Down to the next floor. We got, yeah, we did okay HP-wise. Necropolis 1, that's alright. Let's sacrifice a black card here, get in here. Well, we have bombs. That'll give us all of our Spirit Art chance, followed by some spiders, which is pretty dope. I am a big spider fan. Spider fan. Got arachnids glued to my ceiling fan. They spin a web, didn't you know? Of course you did. It's common knowledge, bro, look out. This guy's a spider fan. Is he strong? Who gives a shit? We're talking about his interest, kid. Insects, though. Spiders are not. Doo-doo-doo. Spider, yeah. Look out. Here comes the spider fan. I don't know why, but after that I wanted to go to... I forgot the bridge of the Spider-Man theme song. And I wanted to go, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Hey, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, lives at the North Pole with his wife, makes some toys, and he sighs, delivers them with open eyes. Look out, here comes the Santa Man. That was the longest singing interlude I think I've ever had here. You gotta forgive me, because, like, we're not really... I don't mind XL floors, but the problem with them is that it does fuck up our deal with the devil. Like... occurrence, because we have like a lot less kind of like terminal rooms, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, because I explained that in the most stammering kind of like Paul Reiser way possible. But what I mean by it is that we have less terminal boss rooms. Some of the boss rooms, yeah, we still want what we have. Some of the boss rooms are not terminal, which means that they can't spawn deals with the devil, which means if we have a penalty, which you do, like you have a spawning penalty applied to deals with the devil if you took one on the last floor of like 50% or something like that, then that penalty is applied times 2 floors because of the... Oh man, I don't really like Ouija board. Because of the XL floor. So we probably, as a result of being on that XL floor, missed out on 1 extra deal with the devil total. Which sucks, but it doesn't matter that much as long as we're, you know, able to get... probably like at this point, to win the run, we need 1 more offensive item, and that's it. And that's not bad. Like, that's conceivable. If we got Death's Touch, I'd feel very, very happy. If we got Mom's Knife, Brimstone, Little Brimstone even. I would pay 2 hearts for Little Brimstone in Heartbeat, no question about it. I know that I'm kind of beating a dead horse at this point, and most people probably either agree or agree to disagree, but people who think that Little Brimstone is not worth 2 hearts, you gotta, you know, check yourself before you wreck yourself, dog. Little Brimstone is still extremely powerful in its own right. Here comes the Santa Man. Seriously? Like, can we maybe not do that room for the 500th time? I'm happy about the shop. Ooh, that was a little dangerous. This room really sucks. Yeah, until 1 of them dies. And now all of them are dying. Yeah, I'll use a bomb there. No greed. I'd like to buy Pandora's box. I'd like to open Pandora's box, if you know what I mean. I wish I was high on potnus right now. Now, we have no secret room opportunities down there. We're going to be looking for a little bit more money. I can't remember. I always forget. Which, those are synonyms, basically. God damn, this is terrible damage. Joker? Credit card. Oh! Oh, that was Great Lady Falls. But, I'm pretty excited about credit card. What was our other... We had nothing there, right? We had like... Oh, we had the Magician. Who gives 2 hoots of a lamb's tail about that? That was enemy creep. Try not to walk through that next time, you idiot. You're being an idiot, Ryan. Just stop being kind of stupid about this and you'll be fine. That's real, you know, Peruvian hashish right there. You know what's bullshit? What went through my head is like... I was gonna say Colombian hashish, and then I was like, no. People always go to Colombia when it comes time for you to make a drug reference. We should go for a different country, make it more even. And then, like, that's bullshit. I went for Peru. Peru's got no, like, I've got nothing against Peru. I apologize for even, you know, suggesting it, to be honest with you. That's a cheap laugh for no reason. But anyway, okay, we're, like, stacked here. We might as well give all of our money away. I mean, there is the possibility that we get a shop that does not have greed on the next floor, but I really want to donate as much as possible. That's, like, the most constructive thing that I can do over the course of this run. There you go. We're up to, like, 890 almost. It's pretty good. We started as, like, 830 on the last run, so 838, I think. So this is actually a pretty nice position. No, we don't really want this. Now, this is where I would love to see a good deal with the devil. A 1-heart and a 2-heart deal with the devil would be amazing for me. Take the 1-heart deal, then take the 2-heart deal. Have so many spirit hearts and black hearts with which to, you know, subsist on beyond that. Look, this hasn't been a run that's really blown the doors off. We're going exceptionally slowly. This is still only Depths, or Necropolis 1. And our damage really hasn't improved all that much since we died and came back. But I do still think this is kind of like it's the best way to to play Lazarus. Especially, like, the way... Here's my assumption for why it's okay to kill Lazarus right off the bat and why it's not a bad thing. You should do it first, like beat the boss first, and, like, leave a fire or a spike around or something so you can kill yourself if necessary. Then if the boss drops HP, you just kill yourself and pick up the HP, so you don't come back with 1 heart, you come back with 2 hearts and a damage upgrade. And then you've basically taken a deal with the devil. You traded 1 heart away for a damage upgrade and, anemia, right? So when you get hit, you spawn a creep. Not like a Dota creep, like a Heroes or Heart of the Swarm creep. I don't know. And especially if you get like 2 HP upgrades. Would you rather have 5 HP and shit damage or 3 HP and slightly less shit damage? 9 times out of 10, I'd rather have slightly less HP for higher damage. Your mileage may vary though. You know, you do lose the benefit of Lazarus's rags, which, you know, some people, and myself included, sometimes have gotten good benefits out of it. I'm not going to use Satanic Bible yet. I might as well wait till we get hit once more. Use 2 of Hearts because why not? The Adverse Harry. And to pop the Magician just because I have no real desire to hold on to it forever. Adversary's annoying. You know what? I would actually, like, welcome... even just an orbital, because if our tears aren't going to do that much damage, at least give me the opportunity to just crash into enemies like a Dave Matthews Band song. Now we'll use Satanic Bible. I think there's an off chance that using Satanic Bible on a boss room might give you a better deal with the devil opportunity. I think just having Satanic Bible gives you a better deal with the devil opportunity, but maybe it's just biased because, you know, you went to a deal with the devil earlier, so you've got the same bonus you always have. I don't know. Alright, Stem Cells is fine. You gotta pay the Krampus tax. I would love Lump of Coal. I mean, this is requisite stuff. Very normal stuff. I would love Lump of Coal and would not really give a shit about Krampus's head. I would love to be able to reroll it. If we can't, well, we can't. Unless he drops a rune for us or something. Then, oh well, Lump of Coal's fine. And we continue not really being that much stronger, but it's a weird run, you know? I feel like we have pretty much no chance of death, in the immediate future at least. But at the same time, we're not really rolling in damage either. This floor, you know, I would love to get another deal with the devil on this floor, let's put it that way. Oh, yeah, don't walk into the Wall Masters. Doesn't Wall Master sound like a bullshit, like, Cinco fitness product? It's the Wall Master! Just screw it into your wall. If you ever fall down, you're going to break your neck. Please sign this waiver before buying our piece of fitness equipment that costs $69.99. I don't even feel it working. I just woke up and I had 6-pack abs. It's almost unbelievable. I almost can't believe the claims that this fitness machine is making me believe. It really works. Check out this picture from before where I was sticking my stomach out and now where I'm sucking it in. These pictures were taken 14 minutes apart. Now, if you could just stay away, please. Thank you. We're still not doing crazy damage. You know, we do... I think we picked up, like, a syringe or 2. So we have, it's the name of my after-hours clinic, by the way. A syringe or 2. I thought I'd give it a nice plucky name. Make people feel a little bit less, you know, onerous about the fact that I was about to poke them with some needles. I don't own a medical clinic, which is probably for good reason. Because I'm not a doctor. Or a businessman. Okay. Yes. We only had 3 HP, so I don't mind doing this, and it gives us more room for Satanic Bible anyway. Even, like, the off chance of becoming Guppy, I think is better than, or it makes that item worth taking. Plus, 9 lives. You never know if maybe that actually will come in handy. There are some times when it does. Seriously, just, like, this fly is pissing me off, man. We didn't get Guppy's hairball, right? No, we didn't. That was last run. There we go. That was real annoying. That was not worth it for a bomb, but at least I have no excuse not to shoot a couple poops now. Man, where's our special rooms, though, man? Like, I'm trying to get this run done in a relatively timely fashion. I know a lot of people like Flatworm. I don't necessarily disagree. I don't think Flatworm's bad. There's just no reason for us to take it when we already have Trickle Charge, which is One of the best trinkets in the game if you got a good spacebar item that requires a charge. You know, basically turns your 6-room charge into a 5-room charge. Over 30 rooms, that's like an extra, I don't know, 100 black hearts. I didn't really take too much care with my math there, but I think that's pretty much correct. Abel. Who's that guy? Man, this item's bad. I don't want to be negative, but Abel is a trash item. I would like to buy Mom's purse. I've started to value the converter a lot less. There are some, you know, kind of niche situations where the converter's awesome. Like if you have Guppy's Paw in the converter, it's a no-brainer. Just run the math. Oh, there's a tinted rock here. But the rest of the time, is it worth 2 black hearts or 2 spirit hearts to get a full heart, like a red heart? In the early game, I think yes. In the late game, I kind of feel like they're basically equivalent. So I don't really love. I don't love the idea of trading that away at a 2-to-1 ratio. And I'll admit that we were already at full HP. That was a dumb play. But I'll admit that I was probably a little guilty of being like, you know, trying to be a little too clever with the converter early. I was like, ooh, check out how quickly I can do mental arithmetic. I just turned 4 hearts into 9 hearts. And then you're like, well, yeah, but does that really help? No, it doesn't help at all. But check it out. I did it. Right? It's kind of meaningless. There's no reason to use Satanic Bible here. I was gonna suggest a buff for Satanic Bible. I was like, man, if you're at full HP, Satanic Bible should be like a super high-powered Necronomicon. Yeah, that would be really fair to the Necronomicon. How about an item that does the same thing as it, only 90% of the time it does something better, and then in the other 10% of the situations, it does what the Necronomicon does, but better, because the Necronomicon is bad. That's alright. I think we should probably just be content with the fact that Satanic Bible will replenish our HP when we're ready. So you know, I think it's pretty clear I decided not to get Mom's purse. In case you were curious about how I was going to handle that. We should have a realistic chance at a deal with the devil. We use Satanic Bible on the boss room. You know, I'm a little not sentimental, superstitious about that. I don't have any proof that that works, but you know, maybe. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, but we don't have any proof that it doesn't work either, so, you know, it's like 50-50, basically. Wow, there you go. That proves it 100%. So we're taking the Polaroid for sure, and, I forget how much HP we have, but it almost doesn't matter because Brother Bobby's bad, so we'll just take our ability to fly. We already have Ouija board, but, yeah, we're not going to bother taking Brother Bobby. We're not going to bother taking Brother Bobby. We're not going to brother taking Bother Bobby. There we go. That joke, I knew there was something beautiful in there somewhere. Took us a while to find it. I'll admit this runs a little bit less offensively potent than I was hoping for, but it's totally fine. I'm not even mad about it. Don't worry about it. I was hoping, yeah, if we find red chests, I'll take good advantage of those. There is a tinted rock here. We've already had small rock. It's kind of amazing, like, how little we've improved our damage, and yet, you know, it's nice that we're still able to do half decently. I think if we had not killed ourselves on the first floor, we would actually be in a much worse position, because we already are kind of behind the 8-ball with respect to our damage. We'd be in an even worse position, man, if we had not decided to, you know, take the bull by the horns. What an interesting expression. Is that really the proper way to be like a matador? Is to take the bull by the horns? You know, I'm not a bullfighter, but I have played a lot of first-person shooters with, like, you know, permadeath in between rounds, like Counter-Strike, for example. And I feel like the ideal strategy is to hide instead. And that's the strategy I would probably employ if I were a bullfighter. You'd be like, whoa, there's only one bullfighter left on the field. He's the winner. Is that how bullfighting works? I don't know. And then they'd get gored to death. And then I would just pop out from, like, a hole in the ground. And I'd be like, I guess, like, I win by default, right? Everyone would hate me, but I'd be alive. Unless, you know, people finally figured out what I was doing and then kind of, like, you know, sealed up my air holes and conveniently disguised as a bamboo reed in the middle of the bullfighting arena. I think they call it a ring. My mistake. So yeah, again, like, I usually, at this point in the game, Whipworm's okay. At this point in the game, I usually like to take a little time to evaluate my run and my chances of success overall. I think we got a very good chance of success. This run has, you know, it's guilty of being a little bit boring. I'll call a spade when it comes to that, you know? We're not doing a ton of damage. I thought it would be a little bit more interesting because of the way we killed ourselves early on to make things a little wilder. But truth be told, that was actually just a very sound decision that probably put us in a much better position to actually have a decent chance to win. Hopefully that ends up being the case for us. Yeah, we might as well pop that. Like, Satanic Bible plus Trickle Charge is not a foolproof, like, end game solution. But it will mean that we'll probably end up going to, like, the Cathedral with full HP. And we'll end up, you know, taking less damage net as a result of that. Not taking less damage, but, you know, exhibiting less damage loss. Thanks to the ability to, you know, get new charges. But really what I'm hoping here is that we do end up getting a deal with the devil right here. And if we do, then I think we've got a good chance of getting an offensive item or 2 guppy items or, you know, many, many different possibilities there. Come on, work with me. Work with me. Work with me. Moment of truth. No deal with the devil. But Magic Mushroom. So it's pretty good. Magic Mushroom is also a damage upgrade. Well, I mean, it's obviously a damage upgrade, but it's also a damage modifier. Like Cricket's Head. So I believe that this gives us a little bit more, like a disproportionately positive damage upgrade. And it's actually, like, we're cutting through these enemies a lot faster than I would expect to. And with Lump of Coal, you know, it seems like we're getting some cool synergy out of that. Hopefully there's red chests, or maybe even a golden chest. We'll see. Inside of this boss trap room. No, just regular chests, which I'm not that interested in. I think it's basically 50-50 which direction... That was bad. Which direction these boss room... This boss room, I should say, could be in. Yeah, we're cutting through these Larry Juniors pretty quickly, and you can see, like, we pack a punch, man. When a long-range Lump of Coal Magic Mushroom shot lands here, that's doing some real damage. That might have saved our run. It's kind of a boring way, not that it was on, like, it was in a terrible position before, but it's a pretty boring way to get to a positive conclusion, but hey, man, I'm not gonna complain about it. This is not our boss room, unfortunately. Money probably not likely to be that worthwhile. And we do still have the chest, you know, and I mean that in both ways. I mean that it could be bad. We'll open it. Alright. You know, it could be bad because the chest is the most difficult floor next to the dark room. But it could also be great because we have those golden chests to open. And who knows, maybe we end up picking up something a little bit more useful than this Hematemesis card, like a Jera rune or something, or Perthro rune. I'm kind of hinging a lot of our hopes for cool items there on runes that are very rare, but... You know, you get the idea. But even without that, even if we picked up no items over the rest of the game, I'm pretty sure that we would have a good chance to win. I really don't want to find myself in that 9 lives purgatory, though. You know, where you're just constantly dying over and over to the same enemy. It shouldn't happen on the Cathedral. I actually think the Isaac fight, you know, it's not always easy, but it very rarely ends up being the sundering point anymore. Used to be that the Isaac fight was like a very big kind of like skill or item check. I know we should pick up that scent. I'll go back for it. It used to be like a really big skill or item check, you know? You'd see if you had enough to beat the Cathedral. Isaac was sometimes a big stopping point there. Okay, let's get these killed first. We gotta like not harbor any delusions. We're not gonna kill Mom's Heart before it spawns enemies. So we're gonna have to deal with waves here. I got hit by a bullet there. That's fine. You know, we'll use this here. That won't help us out very much, but that's okay. Every time we get hit, we will... Oh, no, we won't have a period of invincibility because we took this damned magic mushroom for an extra red heart. It's a shame because I would like to be able to get in there and, you know, do some slowing. That's alright, though. Oh, okay. Look, it's more HP than I expected to lose on the Mom fight. Mom's Heart, I should say. But we're still alive here. The deal with the devil will be meaningless. We'll head up to the next floor. I know I said I'd have full health at this point. We do not. So we will be looking, I wouldn't say desperately, but we'll be looking for tinted rocks. And this guy could end up being of extreme importance. These guys, I should say. Because a very lucky tarot card has been the savior of more than a handful of runs in my Binding of Isaac Rebirth quote-unquote career. Devil card? It's a start, right? That's not bad. We'll probably use this against Isaac, even though I did just say that Isaac, you know, not necessarily that big of a skill test anymore. It does benefit us to go down to the chest with as little damage as possible. We got our Spirit Heart back. As little damage to us as possible. At this point, even if there was a red chest in there, it would be a pretty tough sell for me. Because the odds of us becoming Guppy are pretty much nil at this point. Basically, one incredibly good curse room could do it. Or a Joker card on this floor. That's the other way. Which is not impossible. And I would very much welcome a Joker card on this floor. The only way that we can access a deal with the devil with any kind of reliability. Maybe a teleportation pill would work as well. Sure. It's always nice when you can, you know, be under the assumption that you're going to gain HP as opposed to losing HP at this point in a run. Put a bomb down here because there is a Tinted Rock. Another Spirit Heart back, and that might be enough. You know, we're in a very delicate equilibrium here. That might be enough to kind of tip the scales in our favor and make me feel very confident about our chances to maybe even have more HP than we started with when we go down to the chest. Gaining HP on the Cathedral is not very common. Any other consumables that would do that would be welcome as well. Like, for example, if you decided to drop a battery for me, oh, I would be over the moon. But really, this is just a run where pretty much, you know, it hasn't been that risky. I've wanted it to be risky because that's how I prefer to play the game, but really it's just kind of like, you know, this is your granddad's run right here. If you went home for the holidays from college and you told your dad that this is how you spent your semester, he would be like, you know what, my son or daughter has a good head on their shoulders. They're doing their work and they're not taking unnecessary risks, except for that time that they killed themselves on the first floor. But you know, everybody gets a little wild in college. And after we kill Isaac, we will get another spirit, well, another black heart, which is nice. And that is a luck down, which is not that bad. We've had a luck up or two, so here we go. Pop that. Save our bombs. You never know if we might get cool bomb synergies. Like to stand in the middle, because, you know, it's very important that we get able to actually do some damage here. Why does he get slowed sometimes? We don't have, like, $3 bill or anything like that. Do we occasionally just get the slow on our tiers as a result of Ball of Tar? I don't believe so. But I saw it happening to Mom's Heart as well. I wonder if it's to do with, like, if a black heart hits the enemy, it carries, like, a chance of having your tier effect? Okay, that time he just teleported on top of a place that I've recently stood. Now, I never advertised that I would take 0 damage against Isaac here, so, you know, don't be anticipating that that's going to happen, because it already obviously is not. Well, we got more than enough range necessary to just stand on the opposite side of the map and get the full damage profile here. Alright, he should be dead before he spawns again. Thank you. Might as well pop this right away. I don't see a deal with the devil, but that's alright. We're heading down to the next floor. Relatively textbook run here, I'd say. Unlike last run where I said textbook, this one actually is fairly textbook. Very bad spacebar items, and the quarter is meaningless. But we did get an all-stats upgrade, so it's hard for me to complain too hard. You know, I was already thinking that we were in a pretty good position. Getting an all-stats upgrade on top of what we already had. Pretty nice. You know, you flashing lights warning. Anytime it takes you like 15 kills or 15 hits or more to kill Gertie, you know, prepare yourself for a long, drawn-out flashing light sequence. That was one of the easiest rooms we could possibly hope for. We'll be hoping for more in that vein as soon as possible. The haunt is not so bad, man. I must be missing something, because occasionally our shots are slowing. I think I'm seeing, like, yeah, different colored shots. I thought Ball of Tar only gave you the creep effect, but I guess it may also give you, like, the very, very rare chance. Man, I don't want this many leapers. The very, very rare chance to have like a slow effect on your shot, like a little gish effect on your own tiers, which is it's kind of nice, you know. I don't mind it. I think it still doesn't make it the best item in the game, but it's okay. More chests, please. Now we will be able to. What were our items? There was blood rights and Crack the Sky. Both of those are relatively terrible items to take into our Blue Baby boss fight. I wouldn't feel that bad about the game giving me like a half-decent spacebar item. Like, even if it was like Box of Spiders or something like that, I would get rid of Satanic Bible for Box of Spiders for the boss fight, at least. But for now, we're holding strong here. I think we've gotten pretty lucky. We faced some relatively easy rooms. Why are you firing so quickly? Like, I don't have anti-gravity, or, sorry, magnetic tears. It seems like my shots are really, really affecting these enemies in somewhat unexpected ways. They're bouncing around like crazy, at least. See if we can set up a little slow zone here, so he won't be able to chase us down. Unfortunately, we've reached a dead end, but fortunately, we got a whole bomb there. Don't spend it all in one place. Now, our boss room, as a result of this revelation that we've gone in the wrong direction, our boss room is relatively far away now. That's okay, though. Top right corner, where Mama hides the cookie jar. That's what we'll be attending. 8 keys. It seems like kind of a waste, but that's okay. I'm going to try to kill Greed next and Wrath last. That was not good damage on my part. Because, I don't know, maybe he can give me like sad bombs or something. Any kind of bomb synergy would be nice, but that's fine as well. You know, the late game bosses have a tendency to be pretty dang easy. I'm going to go for Gluttony last here. This is such a useful tip. Like, knowing that your what consumable you get is dictated by the enemy that you kill last in these rooms. It really gives you the idea to kind of like, you know, it's like a shop, you know, pick your own consumable. That's relatively what I was hoping for there. But yeah, you know, the late game bosses, I think they have a small tendency to be a little bit easier than the rooms that come before them. Depends on your loadout to some extent, but... Am I really going to go back for Crack the Sky? The answer to that question is no. Nor am I going to go back for Blood Rites, which I understand would do, like, more damage as a result of the fact that we also have our, like, most of our HP is in Blackheart form right now, or at least a lot of it is in Blackheart form right now, thereby meaning that they would take double damage from our Blood Rites. You know, they take a little damage from the Blood Rite, and then they take a little damage from the Blackheart popping, but, you know, all the damage that we're doing right now is free damage. Free damage beats expensive damage, as far as I'm concerned. That's my hunch. My hunch, my hunch. If I could just get him to keep walking over this creep that we're not at all strategically putting down, just like completely erratically throwing down whenever I have to dodge, that would be lovely, but let's be honest, this fight is already over, and we're going to be able to throw yet another win under our belt here. Not that I'm trying to sound cocky or anything like that, it's a nice position to be in. You know, we've had a relatively comfortable run here. Never for really a minute there thought that we were in trouble on this run. I don't know. This might be the lowest HP we've had since the first floor. But in any case, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the run. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.